And that is as follows. If you look at the new sheets, if you have them, called Inyane Teshuvah Gimel, so pointed out there seems to be a machlekes, the Medrash Rabbah and the Ramban, source Hey, source Vav. And it's all based on the pasuk in Bereshis Paragimel. This is the post-chet psukim. So the post-chet psukim go, Vatipokachna einei shnehem, that both of their eyes became open. This is the result of the chet. Vatipokachna einei shnehem, they both were able to see. Vayedu, and they both knew, as they were promised das. What did they know? What did they know? Ki arumim hem. Ki arumim hem, that they were naked. But this time, as I pointed out, it was different than earlier in Beis Chafei. Vayu shnei arum adam v'yishtei v'lo yispei. There was no busha. And this time there was a busha. V'yedu ki arumim hem v'yispru alei se'ena v'yasu lem chagoros, and they immediately covered up. So the big shift between before eating from the Eitz Hadas and after the Eitz Hadas was busha. Busha over the fact that they were naked, which, as I pointed out, we would consider to be a good thing. A person has no busha. It's one of the simanim of a shaita. A person walks outside without any clothes on, it's a meshigana. So, I'm not saying that Adam Koydem Achet was that they were meshugadas, but they weren't completely developed as it worked out. And it was a sort of, as I called it, lahavdil, a Woodstock experience, you know. They saw that they were arum, they were naked, but there was no busha involved. Like, what's wrong? Then they ate from the Eitz Hadas Tov V'Ra, and the big shift was that they felt they had to cover themselves up. And then the Torah says, just to review what we learned, Vayishmu, the next thing that happened is Vayishmu kol Hashem Elokim mishalech bagon leruach hayoim. Then they heard the kol Hashem Elokim mishalech bagon leruach hayoim. So we question, is mishalech bagon? They heard the kol Hashem mishalech bagon. This was a result of the chet. Sounds like a good thing. They heard the kol Hashem mishalech bagon.
Previously that the kol Hashem wasn't
it's not clear. So we learned a machlekes, and here you have it in front of you in Hey. The Bereshis Rabbah learns that mishalech bagon, if you just skip down to the middle for the interest of time, not the middle, the second line, Omer Reb Abba bar Kahana mehalech ein ksiv kan ela misalech. It's a different binyan. It doesn't say that the Kol Hashem was walking around in the Gan or traveling in the Gan, which would have been a positive thing. Ela mishalech, mekapetz v'oile. It was jumping away. It took off. Iker shchina b'tachtonim haisa. Meaning, at the beginning, says the Medrash, this is the words of Rabbi Abba, at the beginning, shchina b'tachtonim haisa. Kivat shechata adam arisha nistalka shchina l'raki arisha, and once there was a chet, the shchina went up a level. Chata kayin, now kayin did a chet, nistalka l'raki asheni. The shchina goes even further away. Dor enoish l'shlishi, that's the door that built the Dor enoish l'shlishi. Dor hamabul l'revi, dor hapaloga l'chamishi. Stoim l'shishi, Mitzrayim b'mei Avram, the Mitzrayim in the time of Avram l'shavi. So there are only 7 heavens altogether that we know about, and the Shechina went up and up and up. Started off with Tachtoim, so this is negative. So what he's teaching is Kol Hashem mishalech bagan, is that the Kol Hashem or the Shechina began to travel away. In our language, Siluka Shechina. What happened then? Kenegdon amdu shiva tzadikim. Against them, and this is the importance of the Chumash, shiva tzadikim, Elohein Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Levi, Kahas, Amram, Moshe, Amad Avram, Vahirida Lashishi. Avram Avinu was the first one who was able to come and bring the Shekhinah down one level down, so it was number 6. Amad Yitzchak, Harida min Shishi L'Chamishi, Amad Yaakov, Harida min Chamishi L'Revi, Amad Levi, Harida min Aravi L'Shlishi, Amad Kahas, Harida min Ashlishi L'Sheni, Amad Amram min Asheni L'Rishon, Amad Moshe, this is the godless of Moshe Rabbeinu, Harida milamalo limata. Here we have a case where Bnei Yisrael standing at Har Sinai and they saw the Shekhinah. And Moshe Rabbeinu did this. He brought the Shekhinah into this world. And he was very makbid on the fact that the Shekhinah stays in this world. Hashem said to Moshe after the Chet HaEgel, I'll take you, you'll go into Eretz Yisrael, Yishlach malachi lefonecha. I'll send a malach. It's not you'll get there, you'll get to her. And Moshe Rabbeinu said, no, imein ponecha holchem al taleinu mizeh. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the Iker Hashras HaShekhinah, meaning I want to get back to the Gan Eden situation. Understand that the whole Tachlis was not Matan Torah. The Tachlis was not to get to Eretz Yisrael. The Tachlis was not even to get close to Hashem. The Tachlis was to be misakein that which we messed up, meaning we, Kinira, according to the Medrash, we pushed the Shekhinah away from Gan Eden, and Moshe Rabbeinu finally got us back to a place where at Har Sinai we had the Shekhinah again, just like Gan Eden, but it wasn't in Gan Eden, it was in a different spot, in Har Sinai. And on this, we say that at Har Sinai, when we said Na'aseh v'nishma, that was the opposite of eating from the Eitz Hadas. There was a complete submission to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and Paska zo amasam. At that point, the Chet of the Eitz Hadas ended. Then we did the Egel Hazav, and there went the process again. Give me a couple of minutes if you don't mind. That's what the Medrash says. Comes the Ramban, you have it in front of you in Vav. Vayishmus kol Hashem Elokim mishalech began leruach hayoim, and he brings this Medrash. So I just want to skip it. So if you just turn the page to the end, he says, the second to the last line of the Ramban, Shehu Pasar HaKasuv Lihistalkus HaShechina, that the Medrash is learning that the Pasuk Kol Hashem Mishalech Bagan, Kol Hashem Elokim Mishalech Bagan L'Ruach Hayom is Histalkus HaShechina Sha'yishayer Began Eden V'Histalka Mimeno B'Chetoi Shel Adam Ki'inyan Elech Hashuv El Mekoimi. But Anu Mefarshim, says the Ramban, L'Gilui Shechina B'Makam Ahu V'Hu Anochin V'Anois B'Kasav. So the Ramban learns, I'm going to tell you that the pshat is exactly the opposite of the Medrash, that it doesn't mean, which is the real pshat of pshat actually, Kol Hashem Elokim Mishalech Bagan doesn't mean that there was a Siluk HaShechina, it means that there was a Gilui HaShechina, which, as many people on Shabbos came over and pointed out, in Parshas Kiseitze, it says that if we keep V'haya Machanecha Kadosh, if you'll keep your Machaneh Kadosh, V'Hashem Elokecha Mishalech b'machanecha, that Hashem will be mishalech. So mishalech sounds like He's with us. So the Ramban is learning simple pshat in the pasuk that it doesn't mean siluk hashchina, it means gilui hashchina, which is a machlokes min hakotze el hakotze. This is such a big machlokes between the Medrash and the Ramban. So I posited on Thursday that it's really not a machlokes at all. It's two sides of a coin. It's two separate things. There's two shchinas, two types of shchina, let's call it. There's the Shechina of Tzadikim Gemurim, and there's the Shechina of Balei Teshuvah. The Shechina of Tzadikim Gemurim means that you start off pure, you start off clean. A baby is 100% pure, never did a chet, never spoke Lashon Hara. That's Shechina. The minute that the child grows and becomes bar mitzvah, let's say, on one level, there's a siluk hashchina, because now you're talking lashon hara, and there's a siluk hashchina. Now you do an avera, you eat something not kosher, there's a siluk hashchina. On the other hand, kabbalas oil malchus shamayim. The whole thing is that I become responsible. That's what it is to be bar mitzvah. That's what it is to be Jewish. I'm becoming responsible. So on the one hand, there's a siluk hashchina, meaning we're off of easy street, but on the other hand, there's a kabbalas hashchina, I'm taking responsibility to do this myself and to make it happen. So there's no stira between the Medrash and the Ramban, because the Medrash is talking about let's put it in Kabbalistic terms, that the Medrash is talking about the Sarusa de Leila. So this gift that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us, that we're holy, and so that went away. That could have been, maybe it was a plan A, maybe it wasn't a plan A at all. But what it turned into was the responsibility was given over to man when he ate from the Eitz Hadas Toiv V'Ra. And I go back to what the Rambam tells us in Bar Nevuchim, that this was by design. And the Tziv, by the way, on the Parshas Bereishis is Meirich. This was the design of the Bria. It was a tweak. This wasn't something that we messed up on Monday. This was Friday. This was part of the Sheshis Yemei Bereishis. That what happened there was we took responsibility from Hashem. And the Nachash informed us that, why don't you be Kelokim Mamish, Yoidei Toiv V'Ra, and we ate from the Eitz Hadas, and we took full responsibility, if you will, from for the Bria La'avda U'Lashamra. I just want to, so everybody asks, what do you mean? It says in the Torah that they weren't allowed to eat from the Eitz Hadas. Were they over at Avera? They weren't over at Avera. It could be. I don't know the answer. This is Kodim the Brias Olam. This was still in the middle of Brias Olam. It's like asking the question: what would have been if Hashem didn't make the sun go down? Would it be light all the time? Okay, it's hypothetical. It's not. The fact of the matter is, this is just the derech of how man went from malach to human. Meaning that you're taking some responsibility for the Bria, in fact, taking all the responsibility for the Bria. So that kasha is out of kasha. The question is, this that the Nachash said and was punished for, that if you'll eat from the Eitz Hadas Toiv V'Ra, you will be Kelohim, Yodeya Toiv V'Ra. Was that true or not true? Was it successful or not successful? So here you have the Torah says Mefurish in Parag Gimel. Vayomer Hashem Elokim, and I just want to analyze this a little bit. This is God speaking now, so it's got to be true. Vayomer Hashem Elokim, Hein ha'adam haya ka'achad mimenu. What just happened? Hashem is describing what just happened. Hein ha'adam haya ka'achad mimenu. Lodas toiv v'ra. Now man has become just like me, and he knows toiv v'ra. He's become a sort of a God-like thing in this world.
Why is it
Just like me.
Says Rashi, v'haya ka'achad mimenu, harei hu yachid b'tachtoinim, k'mo shani yachid b'elyonim. Rashi's mefurish, being mefarish, Dvar Hashem. It's not a theory, it's not a Nachash now talking. This is Hashem. Vayomer Hashem Elokim. Hashem Elokim said, operation successful. The Adam ate from the Eitz Hadas Toiv V'Ra. You really don't even need Rashi except to tell you it was a Mila. Umahi Yechidas, says Rashi. And what was the uniqueness of Adam at this point? Ladas Toiv V'Ra. That he knows Toiv V'Ra. Mashen came to Behema V'Chaya. Adam ate from the Eitz Hadas. Presumably animals did not nibble at the Eitz Hadas. Maybe like, monkeys. But they don't, and we became, and here's the key thing. So first of all, here's the key thing. We became responsible. We became Yodea Toiv V'Ra. So if you walk into a big company, you don't necessarily know about the budget problems and about the financing issues. You do your job and you get paid. And you're, a friar to a certain extent because you're doing your job, you're getting paid, and you go home and you have a paycheck and eventually you retire. But if you're an executive and an owner of a company, so now Toiv V'Ra, you know what's making money, you know what's losing money, you're in a different place completely. Now, it could be, hypothetically, it could be that had Adam not, I'm just guessing, had Adam listened and not eaten from the Eitz Hadas, Hashem didn't mean that you should never know Teshuvah, but you should get there little by little. You don't have to go straight into the Oval Office here, which happens. If you don't kind of work your way through the system, so you don't really know, just jump right into this kind of chief executive position without really understanding how the thing works. It's a dangerous situation, is it not? I mean, it's a dangerous situation. You can make a mistake. There's a lot of temptation. You could, oh, that's a cool button. Boom, there went China. What?
Could be better.
Everything's with Hashemayim. I'm saying that apparently you see from the Torah, like what could be the chet, the simplest level. What the chet that Adam and Chava did is they jumped into an executive situation of Yodea Tovara. Now Hashem says, notice the name Elikim, which is the Shem HaTeva. Elikim, the Shem, Hey Adam, I'm Yachid B'al Yoinim, he's Yachid B'Tachtayim. Look what just happened. Look at this upgrade. Became chief executive officer of this entire Bria, became Adam.
I'll show you to explain the diktuk here in the pasuk. On the one hand, it seems the Kodesh Baruch Hu speaking Mimenu, and then he's using Lashon Avar.
Mimenu is simple. It has nothing to do with the apocalypse. Mimenu means me and him. I'm a Yachid here, and he's a Yachid there. Became one of us. Now there's an us. There's two of us. B'diuk, that's the pshat. There's two of us. It's exactly the point. So it's hard to even say the words that we became. Let's not say we became God in this world, but we became Tzelem Elikim. Tzelem Elikim, right?
Then clearly, in the pasuk, the God Tovara is not negative.
It's not negative at all.
So we're saying it wasn't a hate?
It doesn't say here it was a chait. But I will explain. The chait, it was a tweak. It was a tweak in the Bria that we were upgraded from malach to human. And a human is an attenuated situation because a human has to struggle. See, I just want to explain. Let me give you a bushel. Like I a couple of years ago, I went into a special diet. So I went to a doctor, non-Jew. Maybe he was giving me a Christian view, Italian Christian. So he says, "How's it going with the diet?" So I said, "It's good. I'm doing it. I cheat once in a while." Okay, what does it mean? I mean, what does it mean? I cheat once in a while, like I eat a pear, like you cheat once in a while. So he says to me, gives me Musar, he says, "Don't call it cheating. You're not cheating. You're struggling." Okay, I felt healthier immediately. It's not a. No, what I was saying, what it was, and here's really, I right now, at the next minute, I want to have the chutzpah to change all of Yiddishkeit as we know it. Because the way we look at it is that we're created, we're given a group of commands, we mess up, either we go to hell or we do teshuvah. That's the usual. Then there's Yiddishkeit a regalachas. It's not at all so simple. What happened was, this is what I believe happened, and I'm going to try to prove it to you. What happened was we were created with almost no responsibility. When we ate from the Eitz Hadas Tovara and we got into the Kishkas for better or for worse, we assumed achrayus. The chet, a chet, which it's not called here a chet, but what we call a chet in vernacular, is when we don't take our responsibility seriously. If we are ka'achad mimenu, if we are indeed kitzel malakim, if you can really internalize that, if you really believe that we are ka'achad mimenu, we're like a hu yachid be'hoyainim, and we're yachid b'tachtainim, so act like a king. Act, if you're a tzelem malakim, act like a tzelem malakim. And it could be, and it's bemis the lashon of the Even Ezra, which I didn't copy for you, that the lashon of the Even Ezra was that the chet was not contained in the apple that Adam Rishon ate. It's not like it had like vitamin chet in it. The chet was that we took responsibility and then immediately denied the responsibility. Now Adam is going vayechabe bagan. He's hiding. What are you hiding? Ayeka. In Ayeka, so the Mefarshim say, where are you? It was the very first word, by the way, that Hashem said to Adam was Ayeka. Vubistu. Where are you holding? Ayeka never refers to, after the chet, the first word. Ayeka never refers to a geographical location. Hashem knows Ayeka, where are you? He's hiding behind a tree. Where are you? Hello. Ayeka means like, what are you doing? So, did you eat from the Eitz Hadas? Why are you hiding? Well, my wife made me eat it. You're hiding, you're hiding. The wife, the Nachash made me do it. You're becoming a guy. The devil made me do it. This one made me do it. Take responsibility for what you're doing. The immediate rebuke of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to Adam was not, you ate from the Eitz Hadas. He told you, you ate from it, you took responsibility, and now you're acting like a nar, you're acting like a kid, hiding, playing hide and seek with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You've become a responsible person. Take responsibility. So the chet, the talich here, was to start off with almost no responsibility, take upon themselves ba'atzas hanochash, complete responsibility. HaKadosh Baruch Hu agrees you took responsibility. Now you're ka'achad mimenu ladas toiv v'ra. You've taken responsibility, and you're yodeya. You have das, toiv v'ra. Hashem Elokim. And you're not taking responsibility, so this is the ultimate, see what happens, and I want to make this point. Let me show you something. The Rambam says as follows, famous Rambam in Hilchos Teshuvah. Just give me a second notes. The Rambam says that in Hilchos Teshuvah, Perek Gimel, that if you do mostly mitzvahs, you're a tzaddik. If you do mostly aveiros, you're an aveir. You're a Russia. If you do 50-50, anybody does 50-50, you're a Beinoni. And everybody, we don't know whether we did mostly mitzvahs, most of us, or mostly aveiros, and you don't have a thing on your iPhone, Right, it's a good idea. Yeah,
great app, wouldn't it?
Great app, right? Tzaddik app, Russia, Beinoni. So says the Rambam. Lost the Rambam, the Pelagic Rambam. The Rambam says, best thing to do is like this. Here's the strategy. Consider yourself a Beinoni. Meaning the iPhone's going to be, Siri's going to be recording every piece of Lashon Hara, like it records the amount of miles that we walked every day. And, Okay, it'd be a big schooler for your Shabbat probably, but then we would make smartphones mandatory in every school. Gewaldig. Says the Rambam, consider yourself, here's the strategy, consider yourself a Beinoni, 50-50. And do Teshuvah, here's the Lashon of the Rambam, take a look. Kishem sheshoiklin, Zayin, Kishem sheshoiklin schuyas adam avanoises v'shas misasai. The cheshbon is done b'shas misasai, kach b'chol shana v'shana, shoiklin avonis kol echad v'echad b'boyolam im schuyasa. B'yontiv shel Rosh Hashanah, and Yontiv shel Rosh Hashanah, mi shenimsa tzadik nechtam l'chayim, mi shenimsa Rasha nechtam l'misa. Easy system. V'ha Beinoni rather, toilen oisay ad yoyim ha'kippurim. That's how to make teshuvahs for the rest of us. Not tzaddikim, we're not rishoyim Beinonim. Im asa teshuvah nechtam l'chayim, v'im lav nechtam l'misa. So if you do teshuvah, you're a tzaddik. You don't do teshuvah, you're unfortunately down. So the kasha is asked, Rabbi Yisrael Salanter asked the kasha, the famous kasha. that why does the Rambam, if I'm holding with the 50-50 scale, whether it's one of those scales or whether it's an app, if I'm holding a 50-50 and I need to tilt the scale, so put a dollar in the pushkin if you tilted the scale. Why does the Rambam say Imasa Teshuvah? Imasa Teshuvah, Nechtam L'chaim. Why Teshuvah? Teshuvah is not even a mitzvah according to many. Why do I have to be Masakein? Let's say Teshuvah is even Masakein the Ra. That's how much I have to be Masakein the Ra. I'm 50-50. I have to just do something good. So do a good thing.
All the Averas, no?
Beseder is not necessary for this Rambam. It's a nice thing to do Teshuvah. I'm not against it. I'm just saying that it's what the Rambam is saying here is an eitzah. Consider yourself a Beinoni. He says a tzaddik is roiv this way, or Rosh is roiv that way. Consider yourself 50-50. And now tilt the scale. So tilt the scale is anything. Go out, join Hatzalah for a day or something. Do something nice. Learn some Torah. Do something nice. But in fact, that's what we do. We do extra nice things, but extra good things. But that's how the Rambam says. The Rambam says, "Im asa teshuvah nechtam l'chayim, v'im lav nechtam l'misa." The answer is like this: that the achila me'etz hadas equals achrayus. Chet, I'm giving you new definitions. It's a new Judaism here. Chet equals violating the responsibility that I have been given, that I took upon myself as a human being. My yechidiyut. Teshuvah means being misakein and taking back the responsibility which I know I have. So it's not about it's not a chet teshuvah. It's not like a numbers game here. It's not that kind of a thing. Okay, like an abacus where you have all the things. I got to push it this way. I got to push it that way. A number here, a number there. That's almost like a silly idea. What's a good idea is, are you a Baal Achrayus? Are you not a Baal Achrayus? So if you're a Baal Achrayus, Teshuvah equals I'm taking back the responsibility that I have, that I've taken back. I'm willing to act responsibly. Do I get rid of my averes? Do I not get rid of my averes? It's a different story. That okay, you're taking back your responsibility. If you stole from the company, if you hurt the company, you got to pay back. That's part of taking back your responsibility. But the new definitions here is the original achila equals taking responsibility. Achet means violating or being in denial of that responsibility. As Adam and Chava did, they hid in the garden and they did not take responsibility. And Teshuvah doesn't mean I do one more mitzvah, or it doesn't even mean that I erase the Avera. There is such a thing. But Teshuvah mi'ava, the real Teshuvah means that I'm taking my responsibility. What are you supposed to do, says the Rambam? Aseres yemei Teshuvah, take upon yourself the responsibility of being a human being, and even more so being a Jew. Because a Jew is even a higher level of Tzelem Elokim than a guy. Yes?
So there's two questions. So the way the Rav is explaining it, the way to understand the Medrash, the Siluk HaShechina is only because Adam didn't take responsibility, not because he ate from it.
I'm not saying that at all. No, I'm not saying at all. I'm saying the Siluk HaShechina is HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I'm not going to do it for you any longer. You're going to do it yourself. The Siluk HaShechina was what the Medrash calls the Siluk HaShechina, is what the Ramban says is Hagufa Gilui HaShechina. There can't be a vacuum. So as HaKadosh Baruch Hu lifts the Shechina, Adam has to replace it. And the first replacement was B'achilu Eitz Hadas, Toivara. The first, then it started to come back through Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Ad Moshe Rabbeinu. They were bringing the Shechina. It was a different type of a Shechina that we brought down from the Moshe Rabbeinu, Harida Lamata. This is Malchus. In Kabbalistic language, you have Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes, Netzach, Hod Yesod, Malchus. This is the Shiva, same as the Shiva Rakim. It's the same thing as the Shiva Rakim, and we brought it down to Malchus. So it's not but if it's only going to work, the first one to take responsibility for what he was Avram Avinu, who was a responsible person. Let me go. You had two questions. Sorry.
I won't get, okay, so I'll talk about that later, but why is Misa a necessary consequence of the...
Okay, so we need to talk about that. Let's leave it.
I have a follow-up question for what Matthew said. So I thought that you were on the same track also about the fact that they didn't get kicked out of Gan Eden because they ate, only because they didn't take responsibility. And I had thought that up until now. Chronologically, you would think that as soon as they, assuming this is the, as soon as they bid it, it would be like, poof, you're out. And then one would explain to you.
Which wasn't the case.
Exactly. They only got kicked out after they denied what they did. After
Correct.
They didn't take
So you're
responsibility.
agreeing
you
with
think
me.
that was-
And I'm going to make the point even
so
stronger.
that would imply that if they said, you know what, we messed up, we're sorry.
Could be they would have
They
stayed
would
there.
have got kicked out.
Maybe. The Torah says different. The Torah says the third reason. They didn't get kicked out because of the chet, and they didn't get kicked out directly because they didn't take responsibility because they were hiding. Why did they get thrown out of Gan Eden before Shabbosik? Before Shabbosik. Yeber Hashem Elokim. Heina Adam Haya Kachad. Same pasuk we're reading before. Ladas Tovera. And let's read the second part of the pasuk. Va'ato now pen yishlach yodai v'lokach gam me'etz hachayim. These guys are tricky. They're going to run quick to the Eitz HaChaim, v'yochal, and they're going to be vatal the Gzeira Bisa v'chai lo'ilov. Did anybody know that's why we got kicked out of Gan Eden? We got kicked out of Gan Eden because we shouldn't eat from the Eitz HaChaim. And what's wrong with eating from the Eitz HaChaim? In other words, you poison yourself. Here's the antidote to the poison. Quick, so you become like some, like the Hamas guy, like quick, right? Right? And we, no, I'm not going to let you near the antidote to the poison. You're out of Gan Eden. A new reason, a whole new thing, whole new theology. We got kicked out of Gan Eden. We should eat from the Eitz HaChaim. What's the shot? Very simple. That when Hashem said, this is the answer to the question. Hashem said, Mikol Eitz Hagan Toichal includes, and according to the Medrash, specifically refers to the Eitz HaChaim. That's what he's talking about. Eat the Eitz HaChaim. You can live forever. No responsibility on your part. No worry about Misa. No worry about anything. There's no schar v'oinish or Olam Haba because there is no Olam Haba. We're here. We're already here. You're not going to heaven. This is it. Eat from the Eitz HaChaim. But now that's talking about BC, before Chet. Before the Chet, there's no responsibility. Achol toichal, bikol Eitz Hagan toichal. But now you did a Chet, you're taking your responsibility. Taking responsibility, now you're going to go run to the coffer and eat from the Eitz HaChaim. No. Now you're going to go live forever. It's not an antidote to the poison of the Eitz HaChaim. It's a shirking of responsibility to eat from the Eitz HaChaim. Oh, I could get out of this responsibility easy. Just go eat for the Eitz HaChaim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends him out. This was so Yesodistic. He sends Adam and Chava out of the Gan. And where does he put them? Vayishalcheu Hashem Elokim. Let's learn one more pasuk. Chav Gimel. Vayishalcheu Hashem Elokim magan Eden la'avodas ha'adama asher lukach misham. I'm going to send you out of Gan Eden. No eating from the Eitz HaChaim for you now because Eitz HaChaim is the easy way. That's just a quick fix. You need to take responsibility. You just ate from the Eitz Hadas Toiv Vara. Take responsibility. Take responsibility means no Eitz HaChaim. How do I get back? How do I get back my life? Chazal like this. There's another pasuk. It's in Mishlei. Shlomo Melech talked about this, and he said, "You want to know how do you get back? Eitz Chaim hi lavachaziki b'avasayvcha b'ushar." You come to shul and you sing it. Eitz Chaim hi. Eitz Chaim. We're pointing to the Torah and saying Eitz Chaim and Lamachzik. That's the Eitz HaChaim, Seimchel Ma'ushar. The Eitz Chaim represented in that Sefer Torah means this is not, I'm plucking a fruit and I'm going to eat from the Eitz HaChaim. That's before the Chet. But now that you've taken responsibility of yourself, now go learn the whole Torah, do all the mitzvahs, be a Jew, do what you're supposed to do. Take responsibility for the Bria, be good to Jews, be good to Gentiles, make peace in the world, do whatever you're supposed to do, fix everything that's broken, or do the best you can. And now you're a human being. So the Eitz Chaim now shifted from the Gan Eden to the Aron Kodesh, or from the Aron Kodesh to the shelves and to Shas and to Poskim. You understand? Like, so it's not just a. I'm not just saying like a. Yeshiva Shederach here. Now we can learn. No, what happens is that this Eitz Chaim requires amelus. Figure out what your tachlis is. So when Moshe Rabbeinu Harida Lamato. Moshe Rabbeinu in the seventh digression of the Shechina, Harida Lamata, Harida as Hashchina Lamata, he brought the Torah down. This is what it means to be a Jew. Follow what it says And then you'll do that. That is Teshuvah. Do you get it? Yasa Teshuvah. That is being makabel, the responsibility, the Eitz Chaim he. So let me just say one more thing. No, go ahead, talk. I'll say one more thing when you're finished. What?
According to the Ramban, the Shechina is the Salaf Lagan, it's Adam bringing it in. But it said before he does Teshuvah, it says Shechina comes and then he's hiding.
It's a good point because the Gilui HaShechina means that the Shechina is in your hands. It's not like a prize.
Potential.
Yeah, no, but I think even deeper than that. It's not just the Shechina is in your hands. Now do something with it. Now, if I deny that the Shechina is in my hands, then I'm not going. That becomes a chet. That is the definition of a chet.
So you're giving him the option. Here I am.
Right. Okay. Vakasha.
So why is
Leave the death out for a second. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you in a minute. Why death? But death. If death represents responsibility. If you kill somebody, you're responsible. If I kill myself, I'm responsible. If I don't act normally, you die. Bois tobus. Death equals responsibility. I become a responsible. If I'm going to live forever, what am I responsible for? I'm living forever anyway. You're happy-go-lucky.
If Hashem said most tumbles, so how does that leave the possibility that they can still eat from Eitz Chaim?
I don't know. But let me. Who said they had? They didn't have a possibility. But it's just a sequence of events. I'm now taking you away from the Eitz Chaim. They were not given the ability to Eitz Chaim. I'm now taking you away from the Eitz Chaim. I'm putting. Now, where's he putting you? I just want to make this nukudi here. What's his job? La avodas ha'adama. Gan Eden, it was la avdol l'shamra. Rashi says, just eat the peiros. Puravu, it just happens. La avodas ha'adama means now you have a responsibility. It's koitz v'dardar. It's hard work. This was once you're taking responsibility, you're in the grungy place over here because Hashem said, but here's the point. You have to work the land. Asher lukach misham. What does that mean? Translation? What's the translation?
You were taken from it.
Meaning, you were created from the earth. Where is it? You were created from the earth. Work the earth. You understand what this means? It means that if in my world, Koidamachet, in the Isarusa Delayla world, I created it, I built it, you could just enjoy it. After the tweak, you're taking responsibility. You need to go back to the Adama Asher Lukach Misham and rebuild from scratch, because it's a whole different world, which is Mesukin Ayidei Adam and not Mesukin Ayidei Hashem. It's the deepest thing. And take a look in the Kli Yakar, number Gimel here. Asher Lukach Misham Dahainu. Mimakoim shenamar mizbach adoma taseli. What was Adam's name? Because he was taken from the Adama. Mizbeach adoma taseli. Amar Chazal b'Bereishis Rabbah Kodesh Baruch Hu baroi mimakoim kaparosei. It's so deep that the bria of HaKadosh Baruch Hu came from the place where his kapara would be. Where's our kapara in Yerushalayim? Mizbeach Adama. Harabayis. Ma'alavai teheloi l'kapara. V'hu har ha-Moriah. Har ha-Moriah means the Harabayis, what we call Harabayis. Asher shalchu shem Hashem lavidus Adama. Where did Adam go when he was thrown out of Gan Eden? Shalchem Gan Eden, go to Yerushalayim, go to the Harabayis. Because we know that the ultimate taking responsibility for the world starts with Yerushalayim. That's what David HaMelech was mechadish. I'm looking for the place, Asher Bochar Hashem, which Hashem chose, which it mean what's the Evan HaShasiyah, which is under the dome of the rock. What rock? The rock is the Evan HaShasiyah. Shemimenu, Hushasas. Kol Olam Kulai. The whole world was created from the Evan HaShasiyah. The beginning of the Bria was right under the dome of the rock. The rock is, if assuming that's the rock, is the Evan HaShasiyah. Mimenu Hushasas Kol Olam Kulai. You know, the Zohar says that Nahar Yotzam Eden, but Lasid Lavai, the Nahar is going to come. The Navi says it actually. The Nahar is going to come from the Har Habayis. Rivers will flow from the Har Habayis. There's already rivers flowing from the Har Habayis. This is the Nevuah. The original Gan Eden is the Gan Eden with no work at all. This Gan Eden, Yerushalayim, takes a lot of work. This takes finding it. This takes David HaMelech making wars. This takes people coming there and building it. This Hilchos Beis HaBechira takes Tisha B'Av and another Tisha B'Av and another Tisha B'Av until we have the Geula. And where's the Geula? Har Habayis Yerushalayim. What's Har Habayis? That's the Makom Asher Lukach Misham. Because that now we need the Beis HaBechira in order for us to take the responsibility of being a human being. We have to go right back to where we were created, right back to the source, right back to the drawing board. And that's Teshuvah, that's Geula. Geula is El HaMokim V'Yishalcheyu Hashem, such an amazing pasuk. V'Yishalcheyu Hashem, El HaMokim, Hashem Elikim, Migan Eden, Lavoides HaAdama, Asher Lokach Hashem. Now go build the Beis HaMikdash. It's not Jewish. It's the Amos of Pshat. That's what the Kli Yakar says.
Why did Hashem say don't eat? Why does Hashem tell Adam not to eat it?
You're not ready yet. Maybe we jumped the gun. But they ate it. They took responsibility. Now take your responsibility seriously. So all of the Golus is the Kaitz V'Dardar and the struggle and the B'zeh. And he tells you, the Gemara Avodah Zarah says, he tells Adam Arisha, this is not a quick fix. This is going to take you about 6,000 years to fix this. Meaning, if you want to be Masak in the Olam, 6,000 years of Tikkun. Read my book. There's 6,000 years of Tikkun means until we get to the final Beis HaMikdash, you have a Beis HaMikdash and there's a Banui V'Charav, and you need Greeks and you need Romans and you need all kinds of things, all kinds of Kaitz V'Dardar, thorns and thickets in order to make things work. But ultimately, we're working towards a Tikkun, taking responsibility. Let me say it again, that there's responsibility. Chet means the shirking of responsibility, and Tikkun is the re-accepting of the Teshuvah equals Teshuvah. So Teshuvah is when we accept responsibility. What do you want to do in Elul, Rosh Hashanah, Teshuvah? What do you want to do? Erase sins? Okay, it's good. Erase them. But what the key to the whole thing is, and I'll start next week with how to do Teshuvah actually. Like, what does it mean? But the key, the Yesod HaDavar is to take responsibility for the Bria. Because that's what we did in Gan Eden. We took responsibility for the Bria, and we're created at Tzelem Elokim in order to have that, be able to take that responsibility. It means to say that we can make goodness, we can make peace, we can make happiness, we could fix everything that's broken. If you can't do it all, you could do it as a group, you can do it. But and Jews particularly are even higher than Tzelem Elokim, because Chavim in Yisrael shenikroim banim lamakim. After all, like we took the responsibility. Avram Avinu was the one. You know, it wasn't somebody else. It was Avram. Wasn't Nimrod. It was Avram Avinu who took the responsibility seriously of what it means to be in this world. It was the Jewish people that heard the Kol Hashem and Har Sinai. It was us that went through Mitzrayim and through the Mem Teshar Tumah. So okay, Atem Nikraim Banim. Chaviv in Yisrael, Shenikraim Banim, it says in the Chumash, a different madriga. But everybody's really B'Tzelem Elokim, and the purpose of being B'Tzelem Elokim and Banim is different levels of responsibility, and all that equals Teshuvah. Comes the Rambam, just to say it one more time, and he says that if a person sees himself as a Beinani, Mechsa, Yasa Teshuvah V'Yischaper. Do Teshuvah, because Teshuvah is going to put you into the right place. I'm here, Hineni, raise your hand, Hineni. Isn't that what Avram Avinu said? Hineni. Everybody says Hineni. When you're taking on the responsibility of being a human being, you lift your hand up and you say Hineni, I'm here, and that's what it means to be a Baal Tshuva, whether you're an FFB Baal Tshuva or a new Baal Tshuva. That's what it means. I'm ready to take the responsibility for what I rightfully have to do. Okay.